pipes can cause serious damage. That's why Absolute Restoration is giving away free faucet covers to our community while supplies last. Installing them is easy. Just slide the foam sleeve over your outdoor faucet and secure it snugly. Also remember to disconnect hoses, open cabinet doors under sinks, and let faucets drip during extreme cold. Call or text to check availability, and from our family to yours, please stay warm and protected.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 6.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mississippi Live Weather at 6. I hope all of y'all are having a fantastic Saturday, especially as we are unfortunately wrapping up Christmas break, getting ready to get back into the real world and all those responsibilities. But hey, there's a reason you're seeing me on the screen. That's because it is the weekend. So let's soak it up as much as we can before Monday comes around. I'm gonna have the very latest as we enjoy the last weekend ahead. But the good news is that dry weather, it is sticking around. We've seen a rainy start to 2026, especially on the 1st and the 2nd. Good news is those rain chances have moved on out, and we're going to see this dry weather kind of continue into the upcoming work week, but there will be a shift in that weather pattern. We'll be discussing that as well. But we're also going to see a chilly start to the day before a warm finish. That's kind of going to be the trend for definitely tomorrow, but those above average conditions will continue to build as we get into the work week. But with that cloud cover moving on out tonight, we're not going to have pretty much any insulation or a blanket over us. So definitely going to see some cooler temperatures as we wrap up our Saturday and get going for our Sunday. But we're also going to have the latest on those next rain chances making their way towards North Mississippi. It's going to be a little bit until they get here, but that's going to be what we're going to focus on pretty much all weekend long and heading into the work week, because that's what we're going to be tracking and getting ready for as we finally see those rain chances make their way back. But taking a look at the first 12, we are seeing the cloudy finish to Saturday before a clear start to our Sunday. Pretty much 46 degrees by 7 o'clock, partly cloudy skies above, but that clearing continuing to take place, especially as we get closer towards that 10 o'clock broadcast time. Temperatures around 41 degrees, cooling off, seeing pretty much mid to low 30s for our lows later on tonight, and definitely going to see clear and dry skies above us. So a good finish to our Saturday and a good start to our Sunday, but unfortunately that cloud cover will build back in, but we are going to see a clearing take place tonight. But let's take a live look across North Mississippi. This is Mississippi State's beautiful campus, a little bit empty, especially as college students still not back in town yet. 52 degrees, feels like 52, and that dew point matching right around there in the low 50s. So a beautiful forecast as we continue wrapping up the evening, especially out there on Mississippi State's campus. 6-mile-per-hour winds, very calm. But here's another look out there in Crenshaw. You can definitely start to see somewhat of a clearing take place, especially out there. The further north you go, already going to see it. So you can see it right here. Pretty much some stars in the background, 45 degrees. Feels like 43, and that's also going to be the story tonight. With that cloud cover moving on out, it's kind of getting pushed with that northerly wind. It's going to make us feel a little bit cooler than what those temperatures are reading, but not going to be too significant. Still going to be a beautiful forecast as we wrap up our Saturday and get going for our Sunday. But let's take one more look out here in Amory. 48 feels like 44. You can definitely tell that those clouds are still sticking around. That clearing not quite have made it to y'all yet, but don't worry, it's coming. Just got to give it a few more hours. But taking a look at Mama Jess's Mississippi Live Weather Radar, we are tracking absolutely nothing across North Mississippi. Those rain chances already moved on out of our area. We're seeing dry conditions pretty much stick around and will stay with us for the next few days here in North Mississippi. But take a look at surface analysis. We can see what was responsible for those rain chances and why we're not experiencing it anymore. That frontal system already moved on out, bringing that moisture with it, and with it, seeing dry conditions come back into North Mississippi. This high pressure system, that's going to continue moving on closer and closer to us, allowing us to feel pretty beautiful outdoors, but also going to see that warming trend continue to kick in, and that's what's keeping us dry for the next coming days here in North Mississippi. So let's track out the rest of your evening and get ready for our Sunday. We can still see those partly cloudy skies all across North Mississippi, but there we go. There's that clearing already taking place the further north you go here in North Mississippi. That northerly wind continuing to push it on out of North Mississippi, allowing us to feel a lot better and cooler as we go about the overnight hours, and that's what's going to make those lows drop just a little bit more. But here we go with that cloud cover. Already building back in, seeing those mostly cloudy conditions by 10 o'clock maybe. Maybe this model being a little bit too aggressive, but definitely enjoy the clear start to your morning, because main story is that cloud cover will build back in for our Sunday. But the next 24 shows exactly that. We're starting off with a cool start to the morning, 33 degrees by 6 o'clock with those clear skies, even enjoying it to maybe 9 o'clock. Temperatures rising towards the upper 30s. But once we reach lunchtime and on, low 50s for your temperature, those partly cloudy skies, they're just going to continue to build. We'll pretty much reach highs in the mid 50s, so definitely don't want to keep those layers on all day. Another beautiful day in the forecast, and this is where we should be for about this time of year. Maybe slightly above average, but it's nowhere near where we're going to be in the next few days. We're going to cool off, see low 40s by 9 o'clock with those mostly cloudy conditions above. So for those that like those sunny skies, get out there early and enjoy the cool start to your day and the clear start before that cloud cover starts to build in and those warmer temperatures as well. But of course, I want to give you the very latest on those rain chances for your Thursday, Friday, and into your Saturday, but also that warming trend we're going to experience, that cloud cover moving in tomorrow, everything you need to know as we wrap up our weekend and get ready for the work week ahead is coming up after this break.
Look at Wanda, ready to rock her big presentation. But first, lunch. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Delicious, celebratory, but is it quick? The Cobb salad. Tender oven roasted chicken, topped with cheese. Prepared, plated, and served? In 6 minutes? Is this for real? Well, of course. Well done, Wanda. Sweet Pepper's Deli. Yes, ma'am. Life is sweet.
As a bankruptcy firm, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling realizes many people are worried about their finances. We're here to guide you through the next steps to restart your life with easy video appointments. New clients don't have to leave home to get information about becoming debt-free. Also, convenient in-office appointments are available at the low cost of $340 upfront for a Chapter 13. You can be on your way to being debt-free. Contact Mitchell, Cunningham, and Bowling today or visit our website at mcdebtfree.com. We are here to help you.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Caleb Edelblut.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us for Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Let's take a look at your evening planner as we finalize any plans you have for your Saturday night. We're still seeing the cloudy start to our Saturday pretty much continue. By 8 o'clock, still seeing those partly cloudy skies, temperatures around 44 degrees. Cooling off and seeing low 40s by 11 with those mostly clear conditions. But if you are up late driving anywhere, clear skies above you, upper 30s for your temperatures. So a beautiful forecast in store for us into the overnight hours ahead. So those temperatures right now, you can definitely start to see those cooler temperatures coming in, especially with that northerly wind pushing the cloud cover out of North Mississippi. 42 out there in South Haven, 41 in Tunica, but on the opposite end of the spectrum, 52 in Macon, still mid 50s out there in Aliceville. So don't worry, we're all going to continue cooling off tonight. Just got to wait a little bit longer as the day begins to end. But let's continue on with this broadcast, talking about your future cast and what we have in store this evening. Still partly cloudy skies right now around 6:30, but it's still moving on out of North Mississippi, and with that allowing us to feel a lot cooler. That's kind of acts as our blanket. Now starting to see those clear skies, going to be a little bit chillier. 10 o'clock, starting to see almost mostly clear conditions by that broadcast later on tonight, but don't worry, that's going to transition into completely clear, especially midnight and on. Not really going to have anything to keep us warm throughout the overnight hours. So those lows a little bit cooler than what we've seen the past few days. There we go with that high pressure system moving on in. But here we go with those low temperatures, pretty much low 30s all across North Mississippi. 30 in Water Valley, Oxford, Holly Springs, Senatobia, and Tunica. 34 Cleveland, 36 Greenville and Belzona. Also mid 30s, 35 in Starkville, 36 in Columbus, 34 out there in Vernon. So another chilly night in store. Definitely want to have the layers on when you start the day, but not going to want to keep it on for your entire Sunday as we get to go in with the weekend. But that futurecast still showing dry conditions as we start off our Sunday and clear conditions. Get out, enjoy those sunny skies because not going to last too long. That high pressure system moving on through, and with it, bringing in that cloud cover, seeing those partly cloudy skies as we go about our day, especially lunchtime and on. Really going to see that cloud cover move on in, and eventually mostly cloudy conditions continue to blanket us, especially heading into those afternoon and evening hours. I mean, just full white all across your screen here, even going into Arkansas, Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana, just seeing that constant blanket of cloud cover as we wrap up our weekend and get ready for the work week ahead. But those high temperatures definitely going to feel a little bit warmer. Mid 50s all across North Mississippi, 57 in Amory, Houston, Eupora, Starkville, 53 Boonville, 52 out there in Holly Springs, 52 out there in Corinth, 52 Clarksdale, and 53 in Cleveland. And we're pretty much going to feel exactly how those temperatures are reading outdoors. That's not quite the story overnight with that northerly wind, making us feel a little bit cooler as we go about these overnight hours. But by tomorrow, those temperatures you're seeing outdoors pretty much going to be how you feel as you wrap up your weekend. So definitely a perfect day to go out to the park because we're seeing dry conditions, and if you like that cloud cover building in, it'll be a perfect day for you. Get out there and enjoy the sunny skies early in the morning, 32 degrees by 7, so definitely want to have the layers on by then. But lunchtime, seeing those partly cloudy skies, 51 degrees, warming up towards the mid-50s for your highs, cooling off and seeing mid-40s by 7 o'clock with those mostly cloudy skies above. But coming back to Futurecast, this model kind of not the same on that blanket of cloud cover, kind of drawing it back just a little bit, but still seeing partly cloudy conditions all across North Mississippi. This is Sunday night, heading into your Monday. I'll step out since all our weather is coming out of Arkansas, crossing the Mississippi River. This is midnight going into Monday, still seeing those dry conditions and those partly cloudy conditions kind of sticking pretty consistent. Even by Monday morning, seeing those dry, partly cloudy conditions as you start off your day. And then we're starting to see that southerly wind move across North Mississippi. And that's kind of what's responsible for this warming trend and why we're going to continue feeling warmer and warmer as we go about the work week. I'm just going to let this play all throughout Monday because we're not tracking anything. That's about lunchtime, still seeing those partly cloudy skies into your evening and into your overnight hours. And there we go with another blanket of cloud cover. This is Tuesday night at 1 o'clock. So still dry and stable conditions all across our viewing area. Beautiful forecast, but definitely going to be a warmer one as well. Take a look at your high temperatures. We're talking about mid to upper 60s for your highs. Monday, 67 out there in Houston and Eupora, 64 Oxford, 63 South Haven, 65 Clarksdale, Cleveland, 68 in Greenwood and Belzona. So definitely warmer days ahead, and it's going to continue to bump on up as we continue into the work week. Good news is those feels like values going to feel right there. So we're not even bumping up with that humidity or mugginess. Not going to feel like we're in the low 70s, but unfortunately those temperatures will eventually reach the low 70s, especially you're going to see right here with that 7-day forecast. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Mid-50s for your highs, pretty much near normal lows, 32 degrees for tomorrow or into tonight. But Monday, mid-60s as your high, warming up towards 70 Tuesday. Then we're talking about low 70s, and then those rain chances come back into the forecast, and that's going to be the story as we continue into the work week. Definitely going to see those percentages change just a little bit. I'm going to have the very latest on that coming up after this break. But then by Saturday, starting to see those rain chances move on out and a noticeable drop going from low 70s all the way up to the upper 50s. So definitely showing those rain chances moving on through. Definitely could see a frontal system allow for some storms as well. So we're going to be tracking that. But I also want to give you the very latest on that long-term forecast for next 7 days, even kind of those averages going past the next 7 days. Talk about those rain chances. That's coming up after this break.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
It's Friday night y estamos activos. Head out early. Drinks flowing from 11.
No sé qué pasó. I didn't even drink that much.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Well, thanks for sticking here with us at Mississippi Live Weather at 6. Let's take a look at the next 7 days, kind of grasp what's going on and why it's responsible for seeing those rain chances and how confident we're feeling. Let's start off with those high temperatures. I mean, this is the definition of a warming trend, but also above average. It is now January in 2026. Near average, still above 58 for your high today, 56 tomorrow, feeling a little bit cooler. Your normal highs around 53 for this time of year. But we're pretty much just increasing, kind of like a roller coaster going up that hump. Low 70s by Tuesday and Wednesday, sticking around there Thursday and Friday. But then we kind of see a dip in temperatures going from low 70s to around the upper 50s, showing that maybe a cold front moving on through North Mississippi could bring those rain changes, stormy conditions, but definitely cooler conditions on the way. So above average is going to be the name of the game as we continue into the work week. But unfortunately, that trend kind of continues into your January 2nd through the 13th. So this is looking at next weekend into your next work week. Still, above average, definitely not what we want to see for this time of year, especially January. We want to be talking about cold conditions, soup, weather, snow. That is what we want to be talking about. Unfortunately, that is not the case as of right now. So still tracking those above average conditions pretty much through mid-January. But let's take a look as we get ready for those rain chances as well. Those dew points as we continue throughout the week, they're going to rise just a little bit. For this time of the year, they don't need to be super high, but showing that they're reaching the low 60s, especially on Thursday. That kind of matches with getting that saturation back in our atmosphere, feeling a little bit more moist outside. And those will probably help, not prohibit, but allow for those rain chances to reach us here in North Mississippi for your Thursday and Friday. Could track some stormy conditions. I'd be very keen and watch these updates to see those rain chances kind of update as we go throughout the rest of the weekend. But take a look at them right now. We're staying dry pretty much for the rest of the weekend into the work week ahead, especially Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Then those rain changes move in Thursday and Friday. Could already make an argument that Friday could be just a little bit higher than Thursday. Right now, still with how far out we are, keeping them right there around 30%. But this is going to be the name of the story. We are not talking about jet stream. I guess I didn't put a pause on there. But just kind of showing you those rain chances as we wrap up the work week. And that's going to be pretty much what we're going to talk about as we get ready for the upcoming work week. And that'll be definitely what's going to be the most talked about. But taking a look at those QR codes, here's the iOS and Android version of our app. We appreciate all the support you have given us. We appreciate everything that you have given us with that feedback to let us keep giving you the very best version of the app that we can. Of course, we'll be live later on tonight at 10 to talk about those rain chances. We'll see if I up that percentage just a little bit for your Friday, but still long ways away out, and we want to make sure to give you the very latest and updated look at those rain chances. But we'll definitely be talking about those above average and warm conditions on their way here to North Mississippi. But I hope all of y'all have had a fantastic Saturday. Enjoy what's left of this Christmas break, and I'll see y'all back here in the Rooms Room Weather Center tonight at 10.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes, and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.